So 2 bits to this video in particular. For starters, one, I wanted to talk about because I do think that it's pretty prevalent, and it also, to a certain degree, can potentially showcase what characters are going to be focal points in upcoming stories. I wanted to talk about the My Hero Academia popularity poll, but also I wanted to talk about the author, the mangaka, the creator of My Hero Academia, what he had to say in regards to the film being announced for 2018. If you see my video, there's a My Hero Academia movie, anime movie, coming out in summer of 2018. He actually had to comment something on there which really is interesting regarding the story and a certain character's backstory. So really interesting stuff there. For starters, let's jump into talking about the popularity poll. Now people, popularity polls are a very big deal because a lot of the time these authors, when they check out the popularity polls, and the publishing companies, they look at this and they say, okay, these are the characters that are really exciting for these people. These are the characters that people really want. Implement more story for them. So this is going to be a big deal. And honestly, upon seeing this, I guess I was taken back a little bit, right? Because I'm normally used to, one of the only ones that I really pay attention to as far as popularity polls go is One Piece. I usually always check out what's going on, and 9 times out of 10, Luffy is number 1, right? To my knowledge anyway, unless I'm misremembering. Luffy is usually always number 1. He's very popular. So I'm always with the mindset like the main character gotta be the, big shebang, so to speak. He gotta be number 1, right? My Hero Academia got me a little off guard with that. I was like, whoa, okay, I see where you guys are going with this, who you really are digging. So we're gonna take a quick peek at what's going on. We got quite a few, I guess, shockers in a way about who's the most popular. I mean, it's in there, the characters that you expect, but it's not in the order that you would expect it to be. Now, I'm not going to list all of them, but for starters, number 7, All Might. Honestly, I thought All Might would be top 3. All Might is my favorite character in My Hero Academia. I'm not even going to, play around with, oh, this one, that one. No, All Might is my hands-down favorite character of My Hero Academia. There's a couple other ones, obviously. I love my Todorokis and all that shit, but All Might is my favorite. I believe he came in number 7. I'm shocked. I'm really shocked. It's either recently, because I'm not caught up with the manga, I'm about 30 chapters behind, somewhere around there, 25, 30 chapters behind. I'm catching up slowly, like I said, but maybe All Might just hasn't had screen time lately in the manga. He hasn't really been that prevalent or something like that, or the Japanese readers just are kind of tired of him or something like that, because I'm shocked. 7, I mean, don't get me wrong, the fact that he was ranked, good stuff. That means that, yeah, hey, he's a popular character, but only 7. I really thought at the very least All Might, Orumaito, would be top 5, right? He's pretty much the mascot for the series, but he came in 7. That was a shocker. And I guess it also shocked me that Aizawa Sensei came in number 6, which that's more popular than All Might. Like, Aizawa Sensei is more popular than All Might. What? All Might is the mascot. All Might, again, like, personally, that's my favorite character. So that threw me for a loop. And I'm going to skip a couple again. I'll have the full little poster so you can check out for yourself. But talk about the top 3. Now, the top 3 are the characters you expect, but not necessarily in the order you expect them to be. Now, number 3, Todoroki. I pretty much expected that for the most part. Honestly, I expected the Naruto and Sasuke of the series, the Goku and Vegeta of the series to take 1 and 2. That's just, in my mind, how I feel. Again, All Might kind of threw me off. I thought All Might would be up there, but number 3, Todoroki. Todoroki is pretty much exactly where I thought he would be. I thought Todoroki, okay, he would be number 3, or, even possibly 1 or 2, just because, again, Todoroki is very popular, but when you put him against his other popular classmates of Class 1A, then maybe it's a little bit of a different story. Now, 1 and 2, I was shocked. I don't know about you, but I was shocked. Coming in 2nd place is Deku, the main character, and coming in number 1 is Bakugo. Bakugo smashed it, and yeah. The hilarious thing, though, and you're gonna be like, what? Literally, 2 votes could have changed the spots for number 2 and 3. Number 3, Todoroki, he had 3,204 votes, and Deku had 3,205 votes. So if 2 more people would have voted for Todoroki, Todoroki could have been number 2. That's how close Todoroki and Deku are in popularity. So hey, again, maybe it fits par for the course with Todoroki's popularity because it's not that far off from Deku. But then way up at the top, Bakugo with over 5,000, I think, 5,000 votes, something like that, way more than both Deku and Todoroki. I'm a little bit surprised. I didn't realize that the Japanese readers love Bakugo that much. I mean, Bakugo, with his personality and being an asshole and shit like that, you wouldn't really expect that he'd be that much of a fan favorite, but the Japanese readers, they voted, and Bakugo is the number 1 most popular, followed by Deku at number 2, and Todoroki literally a vote behind at number 3. All Might threw me off. And again, I like talking about character popularity polls because there's showcases. Like one surprise in there as well that threw me off was, I believe, Kirishima Red Riot. I believe he came in number 4. Did not expect that at all, but I do know in the manga, he's been pretty prevalent lately, and he's had some cool moments from what I've heard, so maybe that's why, but he shot up heavy in the popularity polls, so I wouldn't be surprised if we get more story on him and he becomes even more of a relevant character as the story progresses. I mean, Class 1A is always relevant, but it's just a matter of how much spotlight somebody's going to have per arc. Maybe we might get more Red Riot arcs, so interesting stuff on the popularity poll. Now, what the author had to say about My Hero Academia getting a film, which again, I'm still shocked. Like, we got 2 seasons of the anime already, you know, 3rd season announced, video game announced, and now a film. But let's read. Deku and his friends make their surprising debut on the silver screen. At the time I was told there was going to be a movie, I could scarcely believe it. But when it was clear that it was really going to happen, I was super happy. Of course the movie would be filled with Class A's great efforts, that character's past that hasn't been in the manga yet, flashy action scenes, and much more. So please look forward to it. So getting that piece of knowledge right there, it shows a couple of things. It shows that either he's involved in the creation of this, either he did the plot or the character designs, or he was somewhat involved in it, or he knows at the very least they approached him and then he had to pass it. Somewhere along the lines, at the very least, I want to say that the author had to give his okay for the story to go through, but the fact that there was something in there he said regarding that character's past that hasn't been shown yet in the manga, that's what makes me think that, okay, this is going to be, because I think one of the best things is when a film feels like it's canon, or it truly is canon, it's canonical to the actual main story. That is always a plus because it makes it feel like, hey, I'm not wasting my time on some one-off adventure. It actually is relevant to the overall story. So if we're getting a backstory to an important character, then it could very well mean that this is actually going to be canon to the story. I don't know where it would fit. Would it fit in one of the vacation spots in between something? I don't know exactly how that's going to work, but that really makes me interested in exactly which character they're going to focus in on. I'm imagining it's going to be a good guy, and again, my memory is a little bit hazy. I read a lot of these chapters a long time ago. Maybe we'll dive more into potentially All Might in his younger days. That's a possibility there. Maybe one of the villains. Maybe we'll dive more into All for One. Although usually the main villains of the story, they never really dive that much into them whenever we do these films. If they're even involved at all, it never really focuses around them. There's usually a new threat, so on and so forth. But I'm going to lean towards maybe we'll find out more about All Might, more than we already know. I mean, we know about his sensei, we know about Gran Torino, we know quite a few things about him. Maybe we'll see a adventure, a small one, but an adventure of him in his younger days. And again, it's great that the author is actually involved in it, because some anime movies, they tank really bad, or we just don't give a shit if it's like, hey, you know, the studio, they're like, for example, Hunter x Hunter, classic example. People adore and praise the story of the anime, or the anime in general. The films is a different story. A lot of people didn't really care for them. Surprise, surprise, Yoshihiro Togashi, the creator of Hunter x Hunter, wasn't really involved. I believe the first one was a scrapped draft for an old arc, if I'm not mistaken, and the second one he had absolutely no involvement, and people really didn't feel them. So the fact that this guy is at the very least giving an okay, I'm imagining there's more to it if he's revealing a backstory of a character that is actually really relevant, then he had some hand in it, which is a great thing, and I can't wait for this film. I think this is going to be a pretty solid one, and My Hero Academia's debut on the silver screen. Kind of curious what you guys think. For starters, were you surprised by the character popularity poll? Did you think somebody was going to poll higher or poll lower? Like Deku and Todoroki, for the most part, they were almost tied. You know what I'm saying? They were a vote away. 2 votes could have changed that entirely. And were you shocked as hell that Bakugo came out number 1 so high? Like, I did not expect that the Japanese really love them some Bakugo like that. Like, wow. And your overall thoughts of all this craziness, My Hero Academia blowing up? But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and do a little stalking on my Facebook to get more when the video ends. I'm FNUBworld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life, boy. Bow. Have an awesome day.